Well, there is a Jasmine tag that I haven't done, and I think I have committed all 5 questions to memory this time. The first 3 are either or things, like Black Lives Matter or gay rights. Which one would you choose if you had to pick one? I had to think about this for a while because I support both. If I'm forced to choose one, I think I would choose gay rights only because, and then here comes my neighbor, only because I think they have less support than Black Lives Matter. So I think I would go then for the underdog that needs more support. The next question is pork or chicken. There again, I enjoy both. Sometimes I think about becoming a vegetarian though, because I've seen photos and heard stories about how animals are treated terribly in factory farms and things, and it just, I don't know, the whole idea about eating other living, there's a bunch of dragonflies up there I'm happy to see, so I hope that they're gonna be eating mosquitoes. The whole idea of just eating animal flesh is a turnoff, and I have grown to dislike bones in my meat. Like if I do eat chicken, I want it to be deboned, or pork or beef. The whole idea of just, I don't know, blood and bones and stuff is a turnoff to me. If I had to choose, I would probably go with boneless chicken. And then the third either or is movie date or dinner date. Here again, both can be fun. And it kind of depends on what do you mean by date? Do you mean just an outing with friends, or do you mean a romantic date? Dinner date is better if you're wanting to get to know somebody. If you're going to a movie, that's not so good in getting to know somebody because you have to be quiet and pay attention to the movie. Which one? So, what kind of date is this? Is it just friends going out to have a good time, or is it a romantic thing where you're meeting somebody for the first time and wanting to talk and get to know them? It would all depend. I would go with movie, simply because I'm not a big talker. And then the last 2 questions are, what's at the top of your bucket list? I don't really have a bucket list. I don't really think about doing things before I die. I tried to sit and think about, well then, okay, Steve, what would be? If you think about it, then if you think about making a bucket list, what might be on there? And what I came up with was, I guess, creating a life that I enjoy, that is filled with, I guess it's sort of people's idea of being retired, I guess, where you're living where it makes you happy. Your day is filled with activities that you yourself have chosen and find enjoyable, edifying. Being able to travel if and when you want to. Creating a life that's like that, I guess, would be at the top of my bucket list before I die. And then the last one is, if you would pay somebody. See, I remembered all of them. I didn't write it down at all. I have no paper. The other hand is holding the camera. If you could pay somebody to do something for you, what would it be? I think cleaning, including, like washing windows and stuff. This house has old windows. My parents never updated the windows. They're old double hung windows with rope sashes, and some of the ropes have broken. So you have to get a piece of wood or something to prop the window up. And there's glass and storms and screens, and it's just a pain in the ass to wash the windows of this house. And you can't do them from the inside like the new aluminum windows. So if you want to get the outsides of the second floor, then you have to get out a big ladder and climb up there to do it. And my parents' house, some 60 years of stuff is in here. So whenever you want to wash a window or open a window, you kind of have to move knickknacks on top of furniture that has to be moved, and lamps. It's just a real pain in the ass. And this house is can you tell I don't like washing windows? This house is an American Foursquare that has prairie. I think you would say it's sort of like prairie style. And prairie style has lots of windows. The sun porch alone in this house has, I think, 11 windows, double hung. So it's, 22? And then the top ones all have 9 small windows each. And then you're talking about inside and outside. And then you've got the storms on top of those, the house windows. So it's just a lot of work. So yeah, I would pay somebody to wash windows. So those are all 5 of Jasmine's questions. And I'm all caught up with the tags. We're in a hot spell now. It's hot and humid. They were saying in the weather that it was one of the hottest Junes, and now we're heading into one of the hottest Julys. Next week is supposed to be in the low 90s. Saturday is our 4th of July, Independence Day, and most places have canceled the parade and the fireworks, Waukegan included. So this year we will probably be staying home and making popcorn and watching fireworks on TV from some place that didn't cancel it. And that's about all I have to say. Nobody that I know or have been related to have gotten the COVID, thank God. My brother and his partner were tested because they were sick. Turns out they just had the flu. So still, nobody that I know or am related to have gotten it. We've been very lucky so far. I hope all of you are too, and I'll quit this before it gets too long. Bye.